Everyone, you need to make sure you're on mute. Everyone, just give me a moment, please.
I didn't hear it. I don't know if it was chicken or not.
You need to mute yourself and you need to take off your cap because you're in a courtroom. And everyone, just give me one moment, please. All right, everyone, welcome to the 187th District Court. These are the rules of the 187th District Court. You are in a courtroom. You may be at your home, you may be at your job, wherever you may be. It's still the 187th District Courtroom, and you are to behave as though you are in the 187th District Courtroom. If you do not behave that way, then your case will be reset and you will be required to appear in person in the 187th District Court. To all of the inmates at the Bexar County Jail, you are not allowed to use the chat box. If you use the chat box, the deputies will let us know. I will know because I can see the chat that you're using. You will be sent back to your cell and we will take your case up at a later date. This is not a time for you to pick up dates. Do not try to pick up dates with anyone that is on this Zoom screen. This is not the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. To all defense attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small the agreement, you need to send that in the chat box to Norma Ferguson. She's listed as Ferguson Coordinator. She will need that information in order to make sure that all the paperwork is done appropriately. If you have plea agreements, once you've gone over your paperwork with your client, you will be requested by the clerk to go to breakout room number 1. Breakout room number 1 will be where the clerk will swear you in and make sure that they have all the paperwork so we can proceed. Also, attorneys, do not chat Ms. Ferguson, send emails to her asking if you can be excused. I'm the only person who can excuse you. However, I'm going to call the list of the names of the attorneys. That's the order in which you will appear. If you see that your name is on the list and you want to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you're Zooming in a courtroom and your name is called, then you will be placed at the end of the list. I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. When I open up the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to go. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call your name and assign you to a room. Also, to defendants, I'm going to call your attorney's name. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, do not worry. You will have a chance to speak with your attorney today. Your attorney is probably Zooming in another courtroom. They know about this hearing. You will get a chance to see them. This is the order of attorneys. Adam LaHood, Alex Starr. Good morning.
Good morning,
Alex
Judge.
Starr, Arlene Gay, Efren Torres, Carlos Martinez, Daniel Rodriguez, Eric Reynolds, James Toshi, Jay Norton, Johnny Cisneros, Kelly McGinnis, Martin Guerra, Paul Smith, Richard Garcia, Robert Featherston, Bobby Gebbia, Roger Perez, Shannon Locke, Nathaniel Navy, Ed Shaughnessy. And I see there's Kyle Simpson. Is there anyone else whose name that I have missed?
Judge, I'm here for Neil Kalfas of Sergio Ibarra.
Okay. Anyone else?
And so, Judge, I didn't hear my name called.
Yes, I called your name.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? All right, attorneys, I'm going to take you in that order. And I'm going to ask for your client's name and whether it's a criminal trial division or family violence case. Then I will send you to a breakout room. Prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout room. All right. If you leave a breakout room, what will end up happening is the attorneys will see that the breakout room is empty and they'll move to the next attorney in line. Think of the breakout rooms as when you go to see your doctor, nurse calls you back, you're just getting your blood pressure checked and your weight checked. All right, first person up, Adam LaHood, who do you have?
I have Jerry Juarez. And he's here in the office with me, Judge.
Is it family violence or criminal trial division?
Oh, my apologies. It's criminal trial.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
2, thank you.
Alex Shar.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here for Johnny Tejeda, which is a CTD case, and a Tien Guen, which is a family case.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 3. If you
And
will
both-
remain there until both a family violence prosecutor and a CTD prosecutor have spoken to you.
And Judge, both of those clients are sitting at the table with me. They can come over so you can see them.
Oh, you're an officer of the court. I trust that they are with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. All right, Arlene Gay.
Good morning. I have Kevin Owens, is with the trial division. He is present with his phone ending in 249.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
Efren Torres.
Good morning, Your Honor. My client is Alfredo Alejandro. It's a criminal trial division case, and we would like to confer, and the client is here with me at my office.
I'm sorry, what is the last name again?
Alejandro.
I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and to the clerks, could I have the files, please? Carlos Martinez.
I have Albert Limon, and it's a criminal trial division. And my guys in
Oh.
custody.
What is the first name?
Albert,
And is it Limon?
yes, ma'am.
I'll send you to breakout room number 6. All right, thank you. Daniel Rodriguez.
I have Jason Keys, and it's a family violence case.
I'll send you to breakout room number 7. Eric Reynolds.
Yes, Judge, good morning. I've got Adam Cordova. He's with Criminal Trial Division, Judge. He's on bond.
I'll send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
James Toshi.
Good morning, Judge. I've got Miss O'Brien, Rebecca O'Brien. An offer has been conveyed to us by Hunter Morris that we are very seriously considering. Ms. O'Brien, I just became her lawyer, Judge, literally less than 2 weeks ago. I need to, 1, get all her discovery, and 2, visit with her. I'm asking if you could give us a 30-day reset. That should be a large enough window for those 2 things to happen. I do believe this will be a plea in the future.
All right, just give me a moment. Jay
ma'am.
Norton.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I
Who do you have?
I have 2, James Terry, criminal trial, and we do need to confer, and I'm appearing for Patrick Ballantyne on Lazarus Davila. He's appointed on that. I'm not sure the details on that. He is in a hearing and asked if he could be recalled in a week or so.
All right, now that's criminal trial division as well.
I'm not sure. He just called me earlier and said he couldn't get out and asked me if I would ask you for a 1-week reset.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm going to see you to breakout room number 9, and I'll address that issue after you confirm your other case.
Yes, ma'am.
Marcus Sanders, did you need something?
No, I was letting you know that that's CTD also.
All right,
Oh.
thank you. Johnny Cisneros.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Blake Wilburn. It's a family violence case. And I also have John Martin Espinosa. That's a criminal trial division.
And you said John Martin Espinoza?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll send you to breakout room number 10.
Thank you.
And James, I'm just waiting on the files for your case. Kelly McGinnis.
Hi, Judge, I'm here. I have two clients today, Reynaldo Garcia and Joshua Carroll for Charles. And I believe Reynaldo was going to the courtroom today, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, and are these criminal trial division cases?
Yes, they are.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 11.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
You're welcome. Martin Guerra.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I represent Sam Amaya, and that's a family violence case.
You say Sam Amaya?
Yes.
I'll send you to breakout room number 12.
Thank you.
Judge, what breakout room did Sharf go into, please?
He's in breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
All right, Paul Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Anthony Warrington. It's a possession case, but he also has a misdemeanor family violence. I don't know if CTD is going to take it. However, I believe that he's absconded on his bond.
All right, we'll see what happens. I'll send you to breakout room number 13. I know you timed it perfectly, so you could go to lucky breakout room number 13. People try to do that all the time.
That's true.
Richard Garcia.
I'm here, Judge, on Angel Cortinas.
You said Cortinas?
Yes. If you remember correctly, he was your former client years ago, and you said you don't remember him. And
yeah. That's probably like from 1997.
Not that long ago, but
when I was 12.
Right.
All right. Is it criminal?
When we were in law school.
Yeah, yeah. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's well, he's got both, I think.
All right, let me look for him on the docket.
He's got a total of 7 cases, and I represent him on 4. One's a continuous family violence, so, and the other ones are drug charges. So I don't know how your court handles when it's got combo.
Let me see who's on the other cases. Oh, you're on all of his cases, Richard.
He's got 3 misdemeanor cases.
Oh, yes. No, I'm not.
Right.
Yes. I'll see you to breakout room number 14.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Robert Featherston. Robert Featherston.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Priscilla Rossell is my client. She's criminal trial division.
How do you spell the last name?
Rossel.
All right, I'll see you to breakout room number 15. A prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Bobby Gibbia.
Good morning, Judge. I have a number of people on your docket today. First,
Okay.
I'd like to start with Frank Corrales. That is CTD, and I've been speaking with Jordan Brown. I could also work on right now Stephen Quintero. That is family violence with David Martin.
How do you spell Quintero's last name?
Quintero's. Tero.
Okay. All right. I'll send you to breakout room number 16.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Roger Pettis. Roger
Judge, I'm
Pettis.
present this morning regarding Jacob Finger. Mr. Joe Ray Garcia from Family Violence is involved in this
Jacob,
matter, and
what's
I
the
think we have
last
an
name?
agreement. I'm sorry,
What-
Judge?
What's the last name?
Finger, as in finger?
Oh, Finger?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 17.
Okay. Great, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Shannon Locke.
Yes, Your Honor, I have two people. I have Steve Sancho with David Martin, and then I have Dustin Newkirk. I've talked to Marcus about him in the past. I can talk to him or anybody from CTD.
I'll send you to breakout room number 18.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge. I have Kurt Kinnear, Knehr, and that's a criminal trial. And then I also have Rocky Marios, and he has one of each.
And how do you spell Marios' last name?
Morillos.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 19.
Thank you.
Ed Shaughnessy.
Morning, Your Honor. I have a Jasmine Hardaway, and I like to think that she's in the felony division, but I think they changed the name to CTD.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 20.
20. Got it.
Yes. Kyle Simpson.
Yes, Your Honor, I have Stephen Polasek. My office has not been able to get in contact with him. That's family violence.
How do you spell the last name?
Polasek.
Polasek.
EK.
And criminal trial division of family violence.
Family violence.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 21 and we'll see if your client zooms in.
We already have an offer made.
All right, well, just give me a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Sergio Ibarra.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have two cases. We got a call this morning for Eleazar Flores. He's actually on our docket for tomorrow. It's also, we cross-referenced with the clerk's website and it says for tomorrow, but we also got an email from the court a couple of days ago that he was set on the 30th. I'm happy to confer today, Judge, if his
All right,
presence can be excused.
what's the first name? Because if he's on the docket for day, there's probably an issue with your client.
Okay, it's Eleazer is the first name.
And what's the last name?
Flores, Flores.
All right, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
It's criminal trial.
And you have anyone else?
Yes, Christopher Caballero. We've conferred a couple of times on that one, Judge. An offer's been made and he would like to go to trial. He's rejected the offer.
All right, and that's criminal trial division or family violence?
It's CTD as well.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 21 and we'll address whatever issues you have.
Very well, Judge.
All right, is there any other defense attorney?
Good morning, Your Honor. Eric Hernandez for Leonard McGarity. I might have missed my call, my name being called.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
And Your Honor, I was just going to let you know, I'm back from conferring with Hunter in case somebody needed to get in the room with him.
All right, just a moment.
And it's a family violence case, Your Honor, from McGarity.
Okay.
I was working with Laura Metzel, but I understand she's no longer assigned to your courtroom.
No, she's not. All All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 22. Let me double check. Yes, number 22.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too. All right, is there any other attorney's name that I have missed? All right, the first person up there will be James Toshi on Miss O'Brien.
Judge, I'm just asking for a 30-day reset again, just to allow for her discovery to come through and for her and I to sit down and discuss it and the offer. Like I said, I do believe this case will be a plea.
All right, I note on the docketing sheet that a motion to withdraw by the previous attorney was filed on April 14th, and that was granted. So you've been recently placed on this case. And James Toshi freezes for us. Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
On Rebecca O'Brien, I need a 30-day reset.
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on June 3rd.
All right, Miss O'Brien? Miss O'Brien?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you will be back on June 3rd. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're excused, and we'll let your attorney know his Wi-Fi or something seems to be frozen.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody see what page that is on?
Page 9, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Judge Boyd?
Just one moment. Who's calling my name? James Toshi, June 3rd.
It's me. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm having internet issues, Judge, big time. I'm not sure what's coming through on your end, but just so you know.
All right, June 3rd.
June 3rd. Okay, real quickly, Judge, I also have Mr. Blanco, Richard Blanco. I don't know if you recall his situation or not, but I am still listed as his attorney of record. My understanding is the family was to hire a lawyer and you brought us back to find out what's going on there. So.
All right, we'll see. Mr. Blanco, can you unmute, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Blanco, have you hired an attorney?
No, ma'am.
All right, he hasn't hired an attorney, Mr. Toshi. And is his case criminal trial division?
Yes.
It is,
All right,
Judge. It is,
all right,
it is a
Mr.
CTD case. And
All right, Mr. Toshi, if you can go to breakout room number 23, and a prosecutor will meet you there. All right, Carlos Martinez.
Yes, ma'am. I haven't gotten my notification to join room number 6, shed room number 6.
Okay. All right, Adam LaHood.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes.
Oh, I have an offer from the DA. I just need to discuss it with my client. I'm going to discuss it with them this morning, and it's possible we might be able to get this case resolved today.
All right, so is your client with you? Okay, then.
Judge, I have a bond hearing I need to get to. I'm going to log out and I'll be right back. Also, I need to talk to him about it and hopefully get this done today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Jade Norton on James Terry.
Yes, ma'am. Conferred with Marcus. He is going to give us, email us an offer. He's going to look at a couple of things, I believe. And we had filed a motion to modify bond conditions that we agree on. He's on full house arrest. If he could get a partial with it currently a schedule 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We were actually asking for tracking, but Marcus is opposed to that. So if the court wants to do tracking, that'd be wonderful too. But
Well, the
If-
question is, do we need to have a hearing on that, or are you all reaching an agreement?
I think we can agree to the 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. right now. And if he finds employment that's different than that, we'll recontact the court.
All right, if you'll email me the order with your agreement and include the state in the email, the court will sign it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so where are we? Did Marcus tell you when he would think he's sending you an offer on this case?
He did not, but I would assume it's reasonably soon.
All right. Norma, on James Terry, can you give that a 30-day reset for them to receive the offer?
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on the 27th, Judge, May 27th.
All right, we'll see you back on May 27th on that case. Don't leave yet because we need to address the other issue.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. May Mr. Terry be excused?
Yes.
And Judge, can you put Jacob Finger in breakout room? I think it's number 9 with his attorney. No, breakout room number 17, please.
Mr. Finger? Let me see. How is he listed on the screen?
Let's see.
Is he in custody?
No, ma'am.
All right, where's Mr. Finger?
Oh, yes, he is in custody, Judge. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's odd saying that. Who is his attorney?
It is Roger Bettis.
All right, Mr. Finger, I need you to go to breakout room number 17.
He's not out yet, Judge. He is L15.
Well, how can I send him to
Yeah,
breakout?
let me see where he's at, Judge. He's not in
Thank
his
you.
chair.
And let me just find your client on the docketing sheet, Mr. Norton.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, if you can send him to breakout room 17, the deputy's going to send him there right now.
Okay, I've already sent him there.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right, and the next person you have? Okay.
Lazarus Davila. It's a Patrick Ballantyne case.
All right, Lazarus Davila, where are you?
Right here.
All right. So when will Patrick be available?
He just asked if you could give him a 1-week reset. He's been dealing with Marcus as well.
All right, Norma, on Lazarus Davila, can you recall this for next week?
He can come back on Monday, Judge.
All right, is Monday good for your, Mr. Valentine?
I would assume so, Your Honor.
All right, we will see you then on Monday.
Okay. And
And Mr. Davila, you'll need to be back here on May 3rd.
May 3rd.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
and it will be by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're excused.
thank you, Your Honor. And Mr. Terry, may he be excused as well?
Yes,
Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I can leave now?
Yes. All right, anyone else back from the breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor. Martin Guerra. May I
All right,
approach?
Mr. Guerra, yes.
Your Honor, may I be placed into a breakout room with Sam and Maya?
You're in number 12. If you'll go back to number 12, is your client in custody or no?
He's on bond, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Amaya, if you'll go to breakout room number 12, please. All right, Efren Torres.
Judge, we just got back out from the breakout room with Hunter, Judge. He relayed an offer. Just need to go over it with the client, Judge. We're asking just for a small reset. I think it will get resolved.
All right, is Alfredo Alejandro, where are you?
He's here with me in my office, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll tender the offer to him, please. All right, Dan Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with Joey Garcia regarding Jason Keys. Mr. Keys is present on Zoom under the username of Keys, Keys. Your Honor, this is a case that will need a trial.
All right, Mr. Keys, can you show your video, please?
He's
Jason
connecting to
Keys.
audio. He's connecting to audio
All right.
now, Your Honor.
All right, while he's connecting, Adrian Perez.
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. Who do you have?
Eli Cantu. I'll need to talk to him, Your Honor. He's in custody.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial, I believe.
I'll send you to breakout room number 23. And Mr. Cantu, if you'll go to breakout room number 23, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Keys is on, Your Honor. Unmute yourself, Mr.
Jason
Keys.
Keys, where are you?
Unmute yourself. Hear you.
All right, Mr. Keys, my understanding is that you're requesting a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Keys, jury trials start for the 187 on June 3rd. Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Your Honor, I'm assuming I did. I'm sending Mr. Joey Garcia a list of everything that I've got so he can compare it to what he has.
All right, Mr. Keys, you're going to come to the 187 District Court on June 3rd. Jury trials are scheduled for this court on that day. The 187 District Court is on the 4th floor. It's 300 De La Rosa. You need to be dressed for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Y'all have a nice day. Go
All
ahead
right,
and log
you
off,
too.
Jason.
Your Honor,
Yes.
on Alfredo Alejandro, he will accept the offer, Judge. Would it be possible to take the plea tomorrow or early next week? I have a personal situation to attend to here about 10:30. I close on a home, so I'm gonna meet the movers to move my belongings today.
All right, Norma, on Alejandro, can we recall that tomorrow for a plea?
On which case, Judge? I'm sorry.
Alfredo Alejandro.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
What
we'll
time?
see you tomorrow
9 o'clock.
at 9.
9?
And
Thank you.
before you go, if you
Yes,
can
Your Honor.
make sure that the court coordinator has your email address and your client's email address.
Can I email it to her shortly, Judge?
Yes.
And I need to
All
know
right.
what the offer is so I can send you the court's paperwork.
Will do.
All right, you and your client are excused. See you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, this is Paul Smith. I'm back from the breakout.
All right, just one second before I get to you. Eric Reynolds?
Yes, Judge, good morning. I've got Adam Cordova.
Yes.
The criminal trial case, Judge. I guess I have two things I want to take up with the court. The first is I filed some motions for him to, he's currently on full house arrest, Judge. I met with Marcus this morning. He has agreed to allow him to remain on GPS, but allow him to work as long as he
All right,
gives
if you'll
advance
send an email and order, include the order, the agreed order, if you'll email that to the court. and
I
that
will do so, Judge. And also, I did want to inform the court that Mr. Cordova, my client, says that he, today I believe is his plea deadline, but he is wanting to hire a private attorney, Judge. I just wanted to bring that to the court's attention.
Mr. Cordova, where are you?
Right here, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Cordova, today is your plea deadline.
Can you hear
day.
me?
Yes, I hear you. Mr. Cordova,
Yes, ma'am.
you have a motion to revoke. My understanding, you are requesting a jury trial. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're going to be in court on June 3rd. The court is not going to accept any plea bargain agreements that have been reached after today. You will only be able to plead open to court or go to your jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're going to be in the 187th District Court on June 3rd at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
All right, it's the 4th floor, 187th District Court, 300 De La Rosa. And whatever attorney you decide to hire, you need to let them know that they're going to trial on June 3rd. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your case has been pending since December of 2020. So we will see you on June 3rd for jury trial.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge, and I'll get Mr. Sanders
Hey, thank
to
you.
sign that order, and you file it, Judge.
All right. Oh, before you all go, what is happening with his motion to revoke? Have you all discussed that?
Judge, we've mainly been concerned about his new ag robbery case, Judge.
Okay. All right. We'll see you on June 3rd. We'll take care of both of them on that day.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, everyone, just give me one moment. All right, the next person back, Robert Featherston. If not, okay, Kyle Simpson.
Yes, Judge, I still don't see my client has logged in. We're trying to get in contact with him. I think his number may have changed.
All right, I usually give everyone till 10:30. If you want to zoom out and zoom back in, you can.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Robert Featherston.
Judge, I conferred with Mr. Nesbitt. I've sent you a chat message. We're requesting a 45-day reset.
Why are
Judge,
we?
if you want to discuss, maybe a breakout room is best.
Okay, let's go to a breakout room, and then Paul Smith, I'll take you up next. All right, Robert Featherston, if you go back to breakout room number 15, please.
Will do, Judge.
And Ms. Ferguson, can you join us in breakout room number 15, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we are back. Is there anyone back from the breakout room?
I'm back, Your Honor.
I'm back, Judge.
Okay. All right, Paul Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Warrington did sign on Zoom. Have received an offer, and I would like to go to a breakout room to speak with him.
All right. Paul Smith, you're in lucky breakout room number 13. And Anthony Warrington, how are you on the Zoom screen? You're as Anthony Warrington. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 13. Angel Cortines, where are you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 14.
Yes, ma'am.
Alex Shar, and then I'll do Arlene Gay, and then Carlos Martinez. Alex Shar.
Hello again, Judge. Thank you. On Mr. Tejeda's cases, I did talk to Mr. Nisbet, and we do not have a plea agreement, so we just need to put the case to the jury docket.
All right, just 1 second. Sean Smith. Unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you need to be in the 187 District Court today. $300 raises. So whoever is your driver, just have them to drive you there, and please have your meal finished by then.
Yes, ma'am.
187 District Court, 300 De La Rosa, 4th floor. All right, Mr. Shar, Mr. Tejeda.
Yes, Judge. He's over here.
Yes, what is happening with Mr. Tejeda's cases?
Well, Judge, I conferred with Mr. Nisbet again about the case. We can't come to a resolution. And so we just need to push it to trial.
All right, have you received all of the discovery?
I do believe that I have. I will certainly get with Mr. Nisbet to compare everything, but we've got a lot.
All right, Norma. Just 1 moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tejeda, June 3rd is our first setting for jury trials. Do we have the second date yet?
Not yet, Judge.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Norma, if you can call Mr. Tejeda before June 3rd, because we'll probably have the next setting for our jury trial after that date. So just give him a date before June 3rd.
May 27th.
All right, I'll see Mr. Tejeda on May 27th. At that time, we'll make sure that you have all your discovery, and I will give him his trial date.
Did you say May 27th?
Yes.
Okay.
And just give me one moment. And who's your other client?
The other client is Tien Nguyen,
Yes.
and I conferred with David Martin on that case. He made us an offer. This is our first setting. I was hoping we could get 30 days so I could talk to the client and go over everything with him.
All right, this is a brand new case. I'll give you a 30-day reset. Norma, on Thien Nguyen, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
He can have the 27th as well, Judge.
All right, we'll see you on May 27th. If you don't have anyone else with us, you are excused.
Thank you all, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Does anybody see what page Mr. Nguyen is on?
Oh.
Ah, found it. All right, Carlos Martinez.
Yes, Judge, we already conferred, and just to bring you up to speed on the case, this individual has been in jail for a year. He picked up this case and then.
Well, I mean, was he in the Bexar County Jail or was he in prison?
Both.
All right, so he wasn't in.
He was here and then he got transferred to Clay Burke on a whole. He got sentenced to a year and he just finished his year and he came back to our jurisdiction this Friday, past Friday, but he had already had a court date for today. So I'm just asking for more time so I can go over some of that discoveries, Judge.
Okay, and he was brought back here because Ms. Ferguson found him and requested that he be brought here.
Right.
So.
Because you remanded him without bond, Judge, because of the new case. And since Monday, we have filed a motion to set bond. I have talked to Tom. Tom has agreed to a $15,000 bond. We've sent the email to the court saying that. So we're hoping that the court would consider signing that.
All right, Mr. Nesbitt.
All of that was true, contingent on the fact that his TDC prison sentence is actually complete, which the clerks were supposed to verify today.
So let's find out if his prison sentence has been completed.
The TDC website says it was done on the 24th, which would mean he would be eligible for a bond, potential bond and release here in Bexar County. We just have to verify that. And sometimes hitting parole or sentence termination is kind of whack-a-mole.
All right, and if someone could send me, I'll see if I have that email back here. Just give me one moment.
I think it was earlier this week, Judge.
All right, I do have it. All right, I'll set his bond at $15,000. GPS waive fees. And Norma, on Mr. Lamone, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
The 27th.
All right, we'll see your client on the 27th. by Zoom. Does your client have employment?
Well, he's been in jail for the last year, Judge, and at this time he does not, but I'm thinking that according to his mom, he completely has changed his attitude toward everything, and he plans to start working as soon as possible.
All right, well, if your client does have employment, let the court know and I'll change the GPS order.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. With that, you are excused. Norma, can you let them know that L16 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and everyone, just give me a moment, please. Kelly McGinnis? Oh, Carlos
trying to unmute,
Martinez, if there's nothing else, you're excused. All right, Kelly McGinnis?
Yes, Judge. I have Joshua Carroll. He is Charles's client. We just want to keep him or put him on the trial docket. I think we might have already missed a plea deadline date. I conferred with Marcus. Nothing's really changing for him. And then I have another client I believe is in the courtroom for myself.
There you
All
go.
right, Joshua Carroll, where are you? Joshua Carroll. Is
not
there
sure.
a Joshua Carroll here? All right, so we need to have your client.
Okay, Judge. I don't know. I know we had contact with him. I thought we gave him the code this morning or yesterday, so I'll check with him.
I'll give him till 10:30. All right,
Okay,
who else do you have?
I have Reynaldo Garcia. I believe he's in the courtroom, possibly.
Yes.
Okay. I spoke with Alexandra. We're gonna, if we could have 30 days, we both need to research some issues for reasonable suspicion, and I think we could have a resolution at that time.
All right, is there a Ronaldo Garcia in the courtroom?
No, ma'am, I wasn't able to make it to the courtroom.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
All right.
I don't think he was required to be in the courtroom, Judge. I
Oh,
think he was just gonna go. Okay.
Okay. Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Mr. Garcia? And you said this will be a resolution, you believe, Ms. McGinnis?
I think so, Judge.
The 27th.
All right, May 27th.
And Judge, if we could, can we go in a breakout room and then leave from there?
I mean, yes, you and your client, this client can leave, but you need to come back for Mr. Carroll.
Okay, if I can get a hold of him. I have a doctor's appointment at 10:45. If I can get him on, then I will have him hop on. Is it okay if I'm not here? He can sit there and wait.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
All right, so Ms. McGinnis, you were in breakout room number 11. If you'll go back to 11.
Okay.
And Zoom user, if you'll go to 11.
Thank you.
All right, Frank Sandoval, who do you have?
Yes, hello, good morning, Judge. I am here on Miss Blanca Sari Hernandez. I believe she's in the courtroom. We've been texting this morning, her and I.
All right, is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It is, looks like it would be criminal trial. It's a AADW.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. A prosecutor will meet you there.
I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Adrian Perez.
Yes,
Oh,
Judge.
I'm sorry. One moment. Arlene Gay.
Good morning. Again, Your Honor, I have conferred with Ms. Williamson, and we'll be filing an agreed motion in order to get the transcript from a hearing from that the complaining witness gave testimony in County Court 11.
When is that transcript going to be complete?
I do not know, but I wouldn't imagine it was a very lengthy hearing, probably no more than 2 hours. So.
All right, Norma, on Kevin Owens. Can you recall this in 2 weeks?
I can do the 14th, May 14th.
All right, we'll come back on May 14th and see what is the status of the transcript. Is your client here?
Yes, Your Honor. He is appearing by phone ending in 249.
All right, Mr. Owens, we're going to come back on May 14th on your case. All right, if you have no one else with us, you're excused.
No, I know. Have a good day. Thank you.
All right, thank you too. All right, Adrian Pettis.
Judge Marcus Sanders and I have been working on this case. He gave me an offer last time, which I've relayed to my client, but I think there's still negotiating to do. I did speak with Marcus by text yesterday. He told me that he was going to be out today. So I was hoping you would give me a short reset to continue conferring with Mr. Sanders.
Okay, Marcus
Talk
is
to him
not
right
here
now.
today? Yeah, Marcus is
Marcus
here.
We'll talk to him.
Well, never mind. I didn't see him on here. So yes, if I could get in a room with Marcus, that'd be great.
Okay, let me do this. All right, and if you'll go back to your previous breakout room, he will meet you there.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Johnny Cisneros.
Your Honor, good morning. I have Blake Wilburn. We're going to want to stay on the trial docket, please.
All right, Mr. Wilburn, where are you?
I'm here, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Wilburn, you want a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have you received all the discovery, Mr. Cisneros?
I believe that I have, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, on this case, can we put this before June 3rd, and then we will give you your trial date after that day?
Yes, ma'am. It would be May 27th, Judge.
All right, we're going to recall this for May 27th. And to the prosecutors, I'm going to need the acknowledgement of discovery on that case. Mr. Wilburn, you'll be by Zoom on May 27th. And then I will give you your court date for jury trial after that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the court dates that I'm giving everyone for the jury trial, those cases are actually going on that date. So you need to make sure, everyone needs to make sure that they're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I also have a motion to withdraw on John Martin Espinosa.
All right, just give me a moment on that one, Mr. Cisneros.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilburn, you are excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I have Paul Smith, you're back.
I am, Your Honor. Thank you for hearing me. Mr. Warrington briefly went into the room. I spoke with him and then it disconnected. And I don't know if there's a possibility, I have a good contact number on him, if there's a possibility of very, very short, I mean very short reset so I can meet with him in person. I think he's having technological challenges operating the device.
This is what I'll do, Mr. Smith, you can get in touch with him.
Yes.
He'll be here this morning. If not, see if you can get in touch with him and have him Zoom back in at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right. Eric Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. If I could be placed in a breakout room with Mr. McGarity, he's on the screen as Samsung-SM-T818A. I'm in breakout room 22.
And you say he's listed as Samsung?
Samsung.
Samsung, if you'll go to breakout room number 22, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Richard Garcia.
Judge, I'm in a breakout room with the defendant. I was talking to Mr. Nesbitt.
I got your message, Richard. I'm responding to it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Shannon Locke.
Yes, Your Honor. So I conferred with Mr. Martin about Steve Sancho. He provided a new plea bargain. If I could have, I think we have a plea bargain expiration deadline coming up. If we could have a continuance of that so I could communicate the offer to my client.
Sancho. Stephen Sancho, where are you? I don't see your client.
I see his name, Judge. He's there. He has not started his video. I do see that he's not muted, so I think he might be trying to.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Sancho.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Today was your plea deadline date. My understanding is that the state has made a new offer. After this plea deadline date that I'm going to give you, which is going to be Monday, the court will not extend any further plea deadline dates. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
So I'm going to ask that you come back on May 3rd. Norma, can you put Mr. Stephen Sancho on May 3rd?
I'm sorry, Judge?
Can you put Stephen Sancho on May 3rd?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you then, Mr. Sancho.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Locke, if you don't have anyone else with us.
I do have one person in the for criminal trial. I can go back to my breakout room.
All right, just one moment. Let me rename you so that they'll know you're just waiting on Dustin Kirk.
Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Sancho, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ed Shaughnessy.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke to Mr. Spears, and the matter that is probably of primary importance to me is I have a motion to quash the indictment on
Wait,
file.
who is Mr. Spears? I mean, is Mr. Spears on here for this?
Marcus.
Oh, okay. Yes.
In any event, I have a motion to quash on file. And I think the state wants time to research the issue and determine what their position is going to be on that motion to quash. So I suppose that I might need a date fairly soon for a hearing on whether or not the court's going to grant that motion. I don't know.
I don't actually have a copy of that motion. Has it been filed?
Yes, it's been filed for a number of weeks.
Okay, I don't know why it's not in the file. Let me see where Marcus is.
He's getting a vaccine, Your Honor. He was heading to his doctor's office.
Okay. Norma Ferguson.
Yes, ma'am.
On Jasmine Hardaway.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to set this for a hearing on a motion to quash. Mr. Nesbitt, do you have any idea? I know it's Marcus's case, but do you have any idea of how long you all would need to prepare for this?
For a legal issue, I mean, not long. You could set it in the near term.
All right, Norma, can you set this? It'll be a hearing on that motion. If you can reset this, maybe in 2 weeks, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there some way to check and see if that motion got into the file?
Oh, it's not in the file. I have the file. It's not in it. But I'll have the clerks look for it.
Well, I can't understand why it wouldn't be there, frankly. I think the state has a copy. Doesn't the state have a copy, Tom?
Yes, we do. I definitely got it from you. I don't remember in what medium I got it from you, but I definitely got it from you.
Judge, I can set it for the 21st of May.
All right. What time, Norma?
I can set it at about 11, or I can set it in the afternoon at 1:30.
All right, Mr. Shaughnessy, are you available at 11 or in the afternoon?
Lord willing, I'll be available on either time, Your Honor.
All right, we'll put you down. You know what, Norman, let's just put him down for the afternoon. Let's put it at 2.
Will that be Zooming?
Yes, we can do it by Zoom.
All right. There's some courts that aren't doing any more Zoom after May 1st down south of here.
Well, I don't know why they would do that.
Beyond why people do things. My client is on the Zoom if you wanted to confirm her attendance, Your Honor.
Oh, most definitely. Just give me a moment. All right, Jasmine Hardaway, you're muted.
Jasmine, this is Mr. Shaughnessy. Unmute yourself and announce for the judge.
Hello, Judge. My name is Jasmine Hardaway.
Hello, Ms. Hardaway. Ms. Hardaway, we're going to come back on your case to hear the motion that your attorney has filed. We're going to come back on May 21st. That's going to be at 2 p.m. You can appear by Zoom, or either you can appear in the courtroom. If you want to appear in the courtroom, it's 187 District Court, 4th floor, 300 De La Rosa. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about the process?
Not about that, but I do have a question. I don't know if I asked you about the monitoring my GPS. My daughter started school May 7th, because she was doing it at home. How would I be able to take her to school?
All right, if your attorney confers with the state and the state has no objection to your being allowed to transport, then the court will agree to it. Otherwise, we'll need to have a hearing on that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll speak to Mr. Nisbet about that, Your Honor.
All right, if the state and the defense come to an agreement, you can send it to me by email. If there is no agreement, then I will hear it.
Could you put me in the room with Mr. Nisbet regarding that matter?
Yes, if you will go back.
I was in 20 before.
All right, if you'll go back to breakout room number 20, and Mr. Nesbitt, if you could meet him in breakout room number 20, please. Charles Blanc.
Did somebody call me? I'm sorry, I'm on 2 Zooms
Yes,
here.
yes. Yes, I did.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, are you here for someone?
Joshua Carroll. Well, Kelly
Yes,
was
he-
on earlier that said he wasn't here. He's supposed to be logging on in a minute.
Okay, all right, as soon as he appears, we'll take up that matter.
Okay. But hopefully, I think it's just to let him know that he's been reset. You just had to see him.
Well, yes, I haven't given the reset date yet. Martin Guerra, what are we doing with your client, Sam Amaya?
Your Honor, we've conferred, but we wish to remain on the trial docket.
Sam Amaya, where are you? He go to a breakout room and never, Mr. Amaya? You need to come back on June 3rd.
He had some issues with his audio, Your Honor, so you may not be able to hear him.
All right. All right, this is what we'll do. Norma, on Mr. Amaya.
Yes, ma'am.
Put him on the date before June 3rd so I can give him a trial date on that date.
Yes, ma'am. The 27th.
All right, Mr. Amaya, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Do you understand your next court date is May 27th? Did you understand? Give me a thumbs up. All right, we'll see you back on May 27th. Mr. Guerra, have you received all of the discovery in this case?
I believe so, Your Honor.
And the court does have the acknowledgement of discovery in the file. All right, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Thank you.
Judge, when you have a moment.
Who is asking for me?
This is Hunter.
Yes.
I'm working on paperwork and our prosecution guide is too large for Adobe Sign. Can I just email that to the court and defense?
Yes.
Okay, and I'll indicate that that's part of States 1.
All right, thank you. All right, Johnny Cisneros, you had someone.
Yes, John Martin Espinosa, Your Honor. I filed a motion to withdraw on the case. I filed it yesterday, Your Honor. I thought I had filed it before and I had not. But Mr. Espinosa and I have not been able to communicate so I can properly defend him.
All right, Mr. Espinoza, where are you? John Martin Espinoza.
Right here. Yes, ma'am. I'm right here.
Your attorney wants to be removed from your cases. Are you aware?
Yes, ma'am. He informed me a little while ago.
All right, to the clerks in the back. If I could have the motions to withdraw on John Espinoza, please. All right, do you have any objections to your attorney being allowed to withdraw?
No, ma'am.
Are you gonna hire an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, on John Martin Espinoza. Can you recall this in 3 weeks, Mr. Espinoza? You're gonna need to come and you're gonna need to have an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
He can come back on May 20th.
All right, Mr. Espinoza, on that date, you're gonna be expected to have an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And Mr. Cisneros, you're excused.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Everybody stay healthy. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Judge, are you there?
Yes, just give me one moment, please.
That's done, yes. It's me. It's my arm.
Hey, Mr. Bunk.
Yes. Stay there. The judge is looking for you.
All right, Richard Garcia. I get you just as you're moving away.
I'm here, Judge. Hold on a second.
Sure.
Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Oh. Judge, on my case with Angel,
Richard, do you need to take care of your dog?
it's not my dog, it's Teresa's dog, and he's having a heart attack.
What? Okay, you need to go help him.
Hold on 1 second. Okay.
Is the dog really having a heart attack, or are you making that up?
No, I'm making that up. Anyways, Judge, Angel Cortinas, we've conferred with Tom, and he wants to have a little bit of time to think about it.
All right, Mr. Cortinas,
Yes, ma'am.
we're recalling your case for Monday. So you need to talk to whomever you want to talk to. And we will be back on Monday.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Yes, May 3rd.
Perfect. Thank you.
And that's the only time you'll have to think about it, Mr. Cortinas. That is your plea deadline date. And you are excused. And Mr. Garcia, unless you have someone else with us, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
All right, and take care of your sister's dog.
I will. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Judge, my client Joshua Carroll, who was not present earlier, is now present. You had said you wanted to see him before you gave us a date, so he's here on the screen.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, everyone, just one moment, please. Norma, can you see if Alfonso Otero can zoom in here, please?
I've been here, Judge.
He's here.
All right, Mr. Otero, can you see if you can have your client, Mr. Miguel Espinoza Garcia? My understanding is you're on one of his cases.
Yes, Judge. He is in custody.
I always get confused. There's John Michael Espinoza, and then there's just John. All right, just give me one moment. All right, Alfonso Otero.
Yes, Judge.
All right, who's your client?
That's Miguel Espinosa. That's one, and the other one is Vincent Garza.
Vincent Garza.
Yes, Judge. He's in custody. It's an MTR.
Are they both criminal trial division?
Yes, Judge, and with Mr. Espinosa, we have a agreement worked out. I already signed the paperwork. I'm waiting for the court's paperwork and go over with Mr. Espinosa.
All right, if you will put in the chat box to the coordinator what the agreement is.
I already did, Judge.
All right, so I will send you to breakout room number 3. A prosecutor will meet you there on your other case.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, Charles Bunk, Mr. Carroll has made his appearance.
I'm so sorry.
All right, what is happening with Mr. Joshua Carroll? Mr. Bunk, you're muted.
It's our intention to put him on the trial docket, Judge.
All right, have you received all the discovery?
I have.
All right, Norma, can you recall this for the 27th? Is that a good date to come back before the trial court date?
Yes, ma'am.
27 May?
Yes.
Okay. We can do that.
All right, see you on the 27th, and that'll be by Zoom, Mr. Bunk.
Yes, Your Honor. May my client and myself be excused?
Yes, Mr. Carroll.
Yes, ma'am.
After that date, the court will give you your actual trial date. Everyone needs to make sure that they're ready for trial on the date that I'm giving you, because you will be going to trial. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Bunk, have you discussed with your client bench or jury trial?
It's gonna be a jury trial, Judge.
Okay. All right, then you are excused. We will see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joshua, talk to you later, buddy.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ms. Monk. I'll give you a call in a little while, right? That's me.
All right, who else is ready? Paul Smith?
Yes, Your Honor. My client's phone was having difficulty. I spoke with him at length, and I'd like to go in a breakout room again with Hunter or one of the people from CTD.
All right, what is your client's name again?
It is Anthony Warrington. You'd asked us to be back at 2, but I think I can move it pretty quickly.
Okay. Mr. Smith, I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
And James Toshi, you're here on Mr. Blanco.
Yes, I am, Judge. I don't know if Mr. Nisbet's here now, but him and I did chat. I don't know if you recall the procedural history, but
yes, I do.
Okay, so I did make a request to be withdrawn from his remaining case. At the time, the family indicated they were going to hire an attorney. I don't believe anyone's been hired, so I'm asking the court to allow me to withdraw, and if the court could obviously appoint new counsel for Mr. Blanco.
All right, I'll send you to a breakout room to discuss it with the state to see if the state has any objections to your
No
withdrawal.
objection. Judge, we had a prior half hearing on this issue.
Yes.
And so we've heard it all. And we ourselves have experienced some of the difficulties that come with Mr. Blanco. So we would have no issue.
All right, then if you all will send me the order, Mr. Toshi, just send me an order, your withdrawal notice, and I will sign it.
I will do that, Judge. Thank you very much.
Norma, can I see you in a breakout room, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And then
Mr.
Judge,
Blanco,
before you-
we'll get you an attorney. Yes.
Before you go, could you, I had to sign off and sign back in. Can you put me in number 23, please? Thank you.
Okay. Everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, everyone, we are back. Frank Sandoval. Hi.
Your Honor, I've received an offer from the state. It's a fairly new matter. I believe this may be our first setting. It's from March 15th was my appointment. If I may have time, a week or so, to go over the offer with Ms. Hernandez, and then we can come back and let the court know which direction
Sure.
may be headed.
Blanca Hernandez, are you here?
She's in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, if you can approach.
And she's a
All right, thanks. Norma, on Ms. Hernandez, can we give that a 2-week reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. The 13th.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, we're going to have you back here on the 13th. You can either come to the courtroom in person, or if you can Zoom, you can Zoom. Do you know how to Zoom?
Por el teléfono. Puedes venir por el teléfono o puedes venir aquí en persona.
My Spanish is limited to gracias, hola, salud. That's all I know.
I can discuss that with her.
Como está? Sometimes my French, I speak the French and not the Spanish. I'm like, how would I say that in Spanish? It's so close. So, Frank,
we can discuss it via text and on the phone, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Sandoval, do you speak Spanish?
I speak sufficiently enough to communicate with her. I will be asking if we do go forward with a plea for purposes of her constitutional rights to have a interpreter, but for purposes of going forward right now, yes, Your Honor.
All right, and can you make sure, find out if she's a citizen or not?
Okay.
Because if she isn't, and you need to have a
yes, Your
an
Honor,
attorney appointed from immigration issues, or if you can handle immigration issues, that just so that won't be an issue when we come up on the day.
Of course, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll come back on May 13th, and if Mr. Sandoval or someone in the courtroom can let her know in Spanish that she needs to be back here on May 13th, either in person or by phone.
O por Zoom, por el teléfono. I'm letting her know, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Brenda, do you see what page she's on?
And if I may, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, I was just going to let Ms. Hernandez know. Voy a llamar más tarde, señorita Hernandez.
Okay, está bien.
Gracias.
Gracias.
All right, she is excused then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge, real quick, this is Kyle Simpson. I just got back from the 226. I don't see my client on.
Just give me one moment, please. Robert Porter, are you here?
I'm here, Judge.
All right. Mr. Blanca, Mr. Robert Porter is being appointed to represent you. I'm going to have Mr. Porter speak with the prosecutor so he can get some type of update on your case and get discovery and where the state can send discovery. And then Mr. Porter, I'll give you a chance to speak with Mr. Blanco.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And Mr. Porter, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. All right, Mr. Simpson.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, who was your client?
Stephen Polasek, Polasek. And you wanted me to check back in at 10:30 to see if he's here. I've been trying to track him down. He changes his numbers frequently.
All right. Brenda, are you ready? Is there a prosecutor available for this matter?
Judge, I've already conferred and there's been an offer made. I just wanted to see if I could be excused because he's not here.
Oh, no, we're going to call this and find out where he is and place it on the record.
I'm available, Judge. I can.
And the state may have some motions. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 2641 and 2020 CR 3829, State of Texas versus Stephen Polasek. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Kyle Simpson for Mr. Polasek.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:50 a.m. Deputy Laura or Deputy Mahia, has there been a Stephen Polisak in the courtroom at all this morning?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
And for the record, he has not been on Zoom screen. Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not been able to have contact with him. I believe his number has changed, so he did not have notice of this hearing.
The defendant would have had notice. These hearings are set, and the way they're set by the system. And all defendants are know that they can either appear in person or they can appear by Zoom. And the court will note that on the docketing sheet, the last date for this hearing was March 25th. And at that time, the defendant was informed that his next court date was April 29th. State?
They would ask for a bond forfeiture in both causes, Judge.
That'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If you're able to get in contact with your client, the court will, of course, reconsider.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thanks.
Your Honor, may I address the court when you have a minute, please?
Yes, just give me one moment, please. Yes, Mr. Gebbia.
Good morning again, Judge. All right, I've had the opportunity to confer on two of my cases. Mr. Frank Corrales conferred with Alexandra Williamson, and that will be a dismissal. Should be submitted to you here shortly.
All right, and the court has received that dismissal and the court has signed it.
Okay, wonderful. I also had the opportunity to confer with Mr. David Martin on Stephen Quintero. That will be a plea. I have notified Norma, and we've signed our paperwork. I will have to go into a breakout room with Mr. Quintero, who's in the Bexar County Jail, to go over that. But before I do that, I want to tell the court that I also have Miss Hanan Crystal Gandara, who's been waiting for me, and I apologize to her. Miss Laura Zachariah is going to log on and take care of Miss Gandara. And I have Eric Bolin, who is in the Bexar County Jail, and I'd like to be placed into a breakout room with CTD or family violence, whoever's handling the case, to discuss Mr. Bolin's case. He has both CTD and family violence. Bolin is Bowlin.
I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you.
And Miss Zachariah, who's the client that you are taking care of?
Her name is Hanan Gandara. It's cause number 2021.
How do you spell the last name?
Gandara, Judge. She's under Crystal Gandara.
All right, and is it family violence or criminal trial division?
Criminal trial division, Judge.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Adrian Perez on Mr. Cantu.
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Tom Nisbet. I'm going to ask for a 2-week reset to make sure that I have all the discovery and visit with my client and find out exactly whether or not he wants to accept or reject the offer. He has 2 indicted cases. I have the discovery on one, but I have to check with my assistant as to the discovery on the recently indicted case. And I believe in complete candor with the court, Mr. Nisbet wanted something closer to a week. I'm asking for 2 weeks. Whatever the court gives us is appreciated.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Cantu. Can you recall this in 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am. They can come back on the 13th.
All right, we're going to be back on the 13th. Mr. Cantu, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
May 13th is the last time your plea deadline date will be extended. After that date, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. With that, you are excused. Do you have anyone else with us, Mr. Perez?
No, Your Honor. Maybe excuse as well.
Yes. And Norma, can you let them know that L6 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And everyone, just give me a moment while I check my email. To the clerk, sir, should be plea paperwork coming to you on Mr. Juarez.
Yes, Your Honor. We have done the plea paperwork. We are just waiting on the applications for probation.
Okay.
For deferred, I'm sorry.
All right, that should be coming to you from the court coordinator.
Very good. Thank you, Judge. We'll wait, and once it's signed, do you want us to let you know, or what should we do?
Oh, no. Once the clerks have received it, you will receive a notice from the clerks to go to a breakout room. Just follow that from the clerks. It won't be from me. It will be from the clerk to swear your client in.
Very good, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Eric Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. We had some difficulties communicating through the breakout room. I don't want to tie up too much of the court's time in trying to confer with Mr. McGarity by phone, but if we could have a reset. There's been some options that have been discussed between me and Mr. Garcia with the district attorney's office. This is only my second setting. I realize Mr. McGarity's been on the docket a while, but this is only my second setting with him. And he and I need to go over the discovery, discuss options of getting it resolved with or without trial. And so he can understand everything that's before him.
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am. And if it pleases the court, I don't need a long reset. 2 weeks or 4 weeks would be fine.
All right, thank you. Just one moment. Norma, on Miss McGarity. Can you recall this in 1 week, please?
Give me 1 second, Judge.
All right.
Excuse me, Judge.
Just give me a moment, please.
I'm sorry, Judge, you said for 1 week?
Yes.
Okay. My computer's just acting up. We can come back on the 6th.
All right, Mr.
Available on May
McGarity,
6th.
we're going to come back on May 6th. If your equipment is not working on May 6th, then you'll need to come to the courtroom. So you either can appear by Zoom.
I just couldn't hear him real good.
You're either to be in the courtroom on May 6th or either by Zoom.
Okay.
The courtroom is the 187 District Court. It is 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on May 6th.
Your Honor, I'll be sure to communicate with them plenty of times before that date.
All right,
Your
thank
Honor.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Shannon Locke on Dustin Newkirk.
Yes, Your Honor. If we could talk to you in a breakout room very quickly.
Who are the parties?
Myself and Hunter.
All right. What breakout room were you in? If you'll
I
go
was in
back
18.
to 18.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Hunter, are you available to go to 18? He's in a breakout room with someone else at the moment. As soon as he's completed in that breakout room, we will go there.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, is someone asking?
Yes,
Me?
yes, this is because I have bought Robert Moore's my lawyer. In other words, I paid him. I
Oh,
was
here's the thing. Let me stop you right there. Number one, this is a criminal court. I am not a court that is in charge of contracts. Contracts are a civil matter. So your fee that you have paid your attorney or what you have done, that's between you and your attorney, and this is not the appropriate forum to address your fee or his fee. Do you understand?
yes, but it wasn't. Isn't he supposed to be like representing me?
Here's the thing. Back in my day, you used to look for an attorney in the yellow pages. Now people do it on Google or whatever. This is America. That's the attorney you hired. That's your attorney.
Yes, but he was
Who's your attorney?
Robert Moore.
I'm sorry, who?
Robert Moore.
Does anybody know this attorney?
Maybe. Is he saying Mauer or Moore?
I have no idea what he said.
Robert
It sounds
Moore.
like Moore.
Yeah, Robert Moore.
Are you saying Moore or Mauer?
Moore, Moore. I believe so. That's how you spell it.
Well, we'll find out who your attorney is and make sure that he zooms in.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Gotcha, what is your first name?
Vincent.
I have you down with Alfonso Otero.
Oh, well, like 6 months ago, I had paid Robert Moore to be my attorney. I don't
Let
know.
me check on, okay, let me check on that. Hold on for just a moment.
Nathaniel Navy?
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to also ask to speak to you in a breakout room briefly with Joe Ray Garcia whenever you get a moment.
All right. Brenda, we're very popular today. Let me see, is Joe Ray Garcia here?
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
All right. If you can go to breakout room number 6, please, Joe Ray and Nathaniel Navy, if you'll go to 6.
Yes.
And Ms. Ferguson, if you could meet us in 6, please. And everyone, we are streaming live, so I will be back in just a moment. Brenda, do I put you in charge? When my mom would leave, she would always put me in charge, even though I wasn't the oldest. So Brenda, I'll leave you here.
All right, thanks, Judge.
Mr. Kinnear, Kurt Kinnear, I saw you on the screen. Your case is being recalled for May 7th. There will be no further extensions of the deadline. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you excuse, and on May 7th, you can appear by Zoom or in person.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rocky Morios. Rocky Morios,
Yes, Your Honor.
your case is being recalled for May 14th. You can appear either in court or by Zoom. Do you understand?
I do understand, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you so much. Stay safe and healthy.
All right, thank you. You too. And Robert Porter, you need to speak with Mr. Blanco.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Blanco, I want you to be aware that Mr. Porter is the last attorney that you will have that will be appointed by this court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There will be no further attorneys appointed to you
Okay.
after this point. If you want to, you can hire an attorney, but whomever that attorney is that you hire, you need to let them know that they need to be ready for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2 to speak to your attorney. All right, and then Hunter just left. There he is. Everyone, I'll be back. Norma, can you meet us in breakout room number 18, please? Hunter, if you could go back to 18.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Newkirk? Destin Newkirk. I see you on the screen. You need to unmute Mr. Newkirk. All right, next, Mr. Newkirk, you need to show your video. Mr. Newkirk, one, you need to pull over and stop driving. I'm not going to participate in somebody zooming and driving when every day, everyone, and this is for everyone to hear, they say, save a life, don't text and drive. The other slogan they have is, it can wait. Zooming can't wait because it's in the 187 District Court, but yes, you need to pull over to the side of the road. Brenna, I only know a few people who can multitask.
Women.
Mothers, grandmothers, girlfriends, wives. You see the what's happening here? Females. And they don't even text and drive or Zoom and drive. Now we have someone who doesn't fit any of those categories trying to Zoom and drive. That's a no-no. So when is your client planning on pulling over, Mr. Locke?
I'm hoping he has pulled over, Your Honor.
And if he's in San Antonio, it's raining outside. Brenna, don't you just dislike it when people try to make you a witness to maybe an accident that's about to happen? That would be 24 witnesses. Well, as soon as your client is ready to respond, Mr. Locke, we will take that up with him.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And it does look like he's pulled over, Judge.
All right, Mr. Newkirk, you need to, what does he need? Enable audio.
Yeah. Connect your audio.
And now Dustin.
All right, there you are, Mr. Newkirk. Mr. Newkirk, here are the rules that I have. There's to be no zooming and driving. Because if you zoom and you drive, you're probably going to have an accident, especially in this weather as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And I found that some members of the species of the human race cannot multitask. This is just observations that I've had. Your next court date is going to be May 14th.
May 14th?
Yes. And you can either appear in person or you can appear by Zoom. If you appear by Zoom, you are not to be driving. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If there's nothing else, then you are excused and you may continue with hopefully non-reckless driving.
Have a great day, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Locke, you are excused.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Miss Ferguson, is there any way of finding out who my attorney is?
Yes, ma'am. Just hold on for just a second. Put yourself on mute, please.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, can you put me in a breakout room with Mr. Garza, 17D, so I can kind of explain to him about his attorney, please?
All right. Mr. Garza, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 6. Mr. Porter, you're back.
Yeah, Judge, if I may be excused, I've spoke with Mr. Blanco, kind of told him what was going on. And
All right, can you have your client come to the main room?
oh, he's waiting in the waiting room?
Yes, he's still in breakout room number 2. I need him in the main room.
Okay.
All right, we are back. Mr. Porter, you've had a chance to speak with your client.
I have, Your Honor.
All right, and can you let your client know? I guess it's his wife. She comes to the courtroom and she brings toddlers with her. I'm not a parent, but I consider any child that's below the age of, I guess the children are 3 or 4. They're not able to sit still for any amount of time. So it caused disruption in the courtroom. So if she wants to come to the courtroom, then she should not bring children to the courtroom with her. And when you look at the weather outside, you have a combination of the weather outside today is horrible. That's number one. Number two, we have something running rapid around the United States and other places. It's called COVID-19. Number three, young children do not have a proper immune system yet. Number four, I know everyone does a great job cleaning the courtroom. They do. But I don't think anyone, myself included, who I consider have a great immune system, be crawling on the floor, licking the floor. That's the courthouse. And I have no control over who goes to the jail or who sees the jail, but I've been a defense attorney before, and I would always tell my clients, do not bring infants to the Bexar County Jail, even though I'm sure they do a great job cleaning it, but there's still a lot of germs, as you all inmates know, at the Bexar County Jail, and young children running around at the Bexar County Jail, licking the chairs, licking the floors. You're just asking for their immune system to not have what it needs to fight that off. So I'm just throwing that out there. So Mr. Blanco, just so you know, young children will not be allowed in the 187 because they are not at that point in their growth where they can control themselves. They get tired, they get restless. Not their fault, but that's how children are. So, Mr. Porter, when would you like to come back on this case? How much time do you need?
I need to get the evidence down, review it, and I already told Mr. Blanco I'll go by the jail early next week and we can start reviewing this stuff. So if I could just get a 30-day reset, Judge.
All right, I'm going to give you a 30-day reset. And Ms. Ferguson is in breakout room number 6. Just one moment. Let me go in number 6 to get your 30-day reset, and I'll be right back. All right, Mr. Porter, we're going to come back on your case on the 27th.
May 27th?
Yes, May 27th, and it'll be at 9 a.m.
Thank
And
you.
that will be by Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Mr. Blanco, you need to remain seated there until a deputy removes you.
Your Honor, may I address the court at your opportunity?
Yes, just give me one moment. Yes, Mr. Gebbia.
May I be placed into a breakout room with Mr. Quintero, please? He is in the jail.
All right, Mr. Quintero, if you'll go to breakout room number 4, please. Mr. Hood, LaHood.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 so the clerks can swear your client in.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, if the clerk can go to breakout room number 1, please. And Ms. Segovia, we're going to find out where your attorney is.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, is anyone ready?
Judge, would I be able to talk to the court about my cases?
Yes.
Okay. The first one is the I mentioned it earlier, Eleazar Flores.
Yes.
The setting that we had, Your Honor, was for April the 30th. I'm happy to have him come back tomorrow. However, I did confer with Marcus, who is assigned this case, in a breakout room just a minute ago about a creative way to maybe get this case resolved. So I don't know if it would be okay with the court to allow this to be the setting for him although he's not here. We have good contact with him. He's been at every setting before, and I can have him here tomorrow if the court would like, or I might just
Well, the
request a
issue, let me ask you this. Have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe I have. I don't know that there's anything outstanding yet, Judge, but maybe Marcus can answer that as well.
So where are we on this case?
Hold on one second. I'm sorry, Judge. I think this is the second setting, maybe.
No, I mean, where are we on movement of the case?
Well, Judge, there is and Marcus can kind of fill this in, but there may be a situation where we can have our client maybe reach out to or have some sort of contact with the victim's family. And that might play a part in getting us to the resolution that would make everyone could be satisfied with.
So when are you asking that this be recalled?
I was going to ask for just a regular reset on this, Judge, to kind of effectuate some of the things that we're talking about doing. So 30 days.
All right, we're going to come back on May 27th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and the reason why you're set here today instead of the 30th is because today is the day that the system gave your setting. And the April 30th setting was actually to make sure you have all your discovery, because my understanding that there were some discovery issues.
Understood, Judge. As far as I can tell, just looking through everything and reviewing it, I didn't see anything that's on the index that we do not have.
All right. All right, then we will see you on May 27th. Your client can appear by Zoom or either in person.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, do you have anyone else with us?
We do. I have a client, Christopher Caballero. If I could get into a breakout room with him, Judge, I would like to be able to speak with him about the offer that's been made by the state.
All right, Christopher Caballero, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. Were you previously in a breakout room?
No.
No, I mean your attorney.
Oh.
Mr. Sergio, were you in a breakout room before?
I was, yes, Judge. I'm assigned to room 21.
All right, Mr. Caballero, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 21.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Anyone else back?
I am back, Judge. May I speak to Mr. Garza? He's an inmate.
Garza?
Yes, Vincent.
All right, is that Mr. Garza? Where are you?
I'm right here, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 7. Alfonso, if you go to number 7.
Thank you, Judge.
And Brenna, if you need to take a break, you can take a break. Everyone, the court is going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay, Judge.
Mr. Ochero? Mr. Garza has hired Mr. Mauer as his attorney.
Yes, he just told me that. So on Mr. Espinosa, I think we're ready to. I'm ready to talk to him about the paperwork, Judge.
Okay, so that's Mr. Espinoza.
Yes,
Mr. Espinoza,
it's right there in custody.
if you'll go to breakout room number 7, please. Yes, on Ms. Zachariah, are you ready on your case?
Yes, Judge, I am. Okay, so me and Alexandra did confer on Ms. Gondara's case. We agreed to a 30-day reset, Judge, for the state to hopefully locate a corrupt video file and see if the detective's going to be able to send that over and to confer regarding an offer on the case.
Just a moment.
And this is our first setting, Judge.
All right, I'll recall it for May 27th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you very much, Judge. You have a wonderful weekend.
All right, thank you. You too.
Crystal, you can go ahead and log off.
Thank you.
Can you go to breakout room with me?
Yep, what number?
Let's do 2. Thanks.
2? Okay.
there's anyone there to place me into a breakout room with Mr. Bolin, that'd be appreciated.
Bobby Gibbia?
Hello, Judge. How are you doing?
Great. If you go back to breakout room number 6, Mr. Bowling, if you can go to number 6. You're already there. Just push on the breakout room. Do you see? Great. All right. Who's the prosecutor on Jerry Juarez?
Hunter Morris, Judge.
All right. We're going to take that case up.
Judge, on that case, to confirm, did you receive the email with the remainder of States 1?
Yes.
Great.
All right. The court is calling 2021 CR 1609, State of Texas versus Jerry Juarez. Can I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Hunter Morris for the state.
For the defense?
Adam LaHood for the defendant, Jerry Juarez.
And are you Jerry Juarez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None from the state.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Juarez, I'm showing you a document entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, state would move to waive count 1 and proceed on count 2, possession.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Juarez, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on count 2, which is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? I'm sorry, if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record for a moment. Mr. Kent, to the courts, if you could go to breakout room number 1 to swear in Mr. Quintero. Rebecca, I noticed you were kicked out of Zoom. This is Jerry Juarez. It's 2021 CR 1609. State is proceeding on count 2, which is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe so, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Juarez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2 only. There's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's restitution of $57 for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be 120 hours of community service restitution, regular and random UAs, and a TAP evaluation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to count 2 in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State moves to admit states 1 with attachments to include an attachment sent via email due to file size.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
And for the record, defense, you were a part of the email that was sent to the court with the entire stipulations. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And did you have a chance to review all of the stipulations that were submitted?
We have had a chance and we're in agreement with all the stipulations, Judge.
All right. Mr. Juarez, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you have a chance to review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, I'm sorry, we're going to have to start over. The court reporter has been kicked out. This one, Mother.
I saw us go down to 3 windows. I didn't even think about it.
Oh, I saw it and I was like, yeah, nothing's being taken down right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll pick up, probably go back about 2 minutes and pick up.
Judge, can I break in and just ask for permission to share a screen with my client in the jail from Norma or yourself?
Yes.
This is Roger Pettis on Mr. Finger.
Yes.
Great. I'll head back there. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and who is the attorney on Miguel Espinosa?
That's me, Judge.
All right, Mr. Espinosa, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay.
The court clerk will swear your client in.
Okay.
I'm back, Judge.
All right, Brenda, we're done.
Okay.
Everybody was saying Adam said, I noticed we were down to only 3 screens.
I think it cut out when he was admitting states one.
All right. So everyone, we're gonna have to read that start, or we'll pick up where the defendant has already pled no contest. State, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, Judge. State moves to admit states 1 with attachments to include an email attachment due to file size.
We have no objections, Your Honor, and we have received and reviewed all attachments.
All right, and for the record, the email that was sent to the court. Included in the email was defense counsel and the state's attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, the defense agrees.
All right. Mr. Warris, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We have no objections to proceed today, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, yes, this is my client's first offense. He is acknowledging and taking responsibility. He screwed up, just to be honest. We would have the court take notice as much as possible. He is indigent. Obviously, he has appointed counsel. He has been on disability. How long? Yeah, but he's been sick for a number of years and everything. So finances are limited, but he's willing to accept the plea, take responsibility, and he's hopeful he can get through and ultimately end with a dismissal upon successful completion of deferred, Judge.
All right, why is he on disability?
Judge, in the past 4 years, I've had 3 spine operations, a laminectomy in my lumbar section, L2 to L5, a that was 2016. 2020, I had a micro decompression between my L2 and L3, where I was informed my L3 is moving out of alignment and will need plates and screws in my back eventually. And this past February, I had a cervical laminectomy from C2 to C7.
All right.
And I'm in constant pain.
How long have you been disabled?
It started in 2015.
Are you receiving SSI?
Not yet. I'm still waiting on approval, as well as SSDI.
Then how are you supporting yourself?
I'm not. I'm living on food stamps, and my rent was paid by my sister for 6 months, and the contract for my rent is being picked up by San Antonio AIDS Foundation.
Okay.
My rent for the next year. I've been living with HIV for about 34 years now.
All right, who's paying your rent for the next year?
The San Antonio AIDS Foundation.
Okay. Who is Joshua Alexander Rizzo Lira?
asking me?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he was Joan that was in the car with me.
All right, do you have any connection to him?
Not
When's the
anymore.
last time you saw him?
Was it October?
I think so, in October.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. $1,000 fine, that'll be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. $57 restitution for drug testing. No contact with Joshua Alexander Rizzo Lira. Proof of disability within 30 days. Random UAs or patch. So it's up to you whether or not you want to do random UAs or pay for the patch. The patch costs more, my understanding. So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
When's the last time you used drugs?
December, I do believe.
And is that December of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you start using drugs?
I started using approximately a year ago when I discovered that it actually killed the pain that I'm constantly in.
And what's your drug of choice?
My drug of choice?
Yes.
Actually, none, but right now, there's no drug of choice.
What were you using though?
Oh, I was using methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to want outpatient treatment with probation. Field visits, random 2 times per month. And 120 hours community service restitution. I don't have any proof of his disability. Once he provides proof of his disability, I may reconsider the 120 hours of community service restitution. And there's to be regular Zoom reporting or in-person reporting. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yes,
may I ask a question?
yes.
In the proof of disability, would that include a note from my doctor?
You will have to provide it to probation, and probation will let you know if that's sufficient.
Okay,
I'll talk to you afterwards.
okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Warren, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, next I'm going to show you a document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we'll close the record. Mr. Juarez, you are too old. Well, everybody really is too old to be using drugs, but you cannot do that. You understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
And while you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. Do you understand?
I don't drink alcohol.
All right, you can't drink alcohol. You can't use marijuana or anything of that nature. Understood?
Understand.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. I'll send you to breakout room number 2. And probation will go over conditions with you. Once you're finished with those conditions, you don't need to return to the main room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, on Mr. Quintero, could someone email me the discovery, please? And are the parties ready on Miguel Espinoza?
Where, Judge?
Who is the prosecutor on this case?
I think it's Mr. Nisbet or maybe Christian.
There's a Christian here.
That's who I got the paperwork from.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. All right. Is there a prosecutor available?
I'm available, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, I send you a chat.
All right, thank you. Yes. Mr. Garza, we're going to bring you back fairly quickly.
Okay.
And let me see, I'll be able to tell you. Norma, what date is he coming back?
Mr. Mauer's office said that he's not available until next Friday, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Garza, we're going to bring you back next Friday. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. But is there a chance to be a post bail? Because I'm supposed to get post bail today.
No, you'll have to speak with your attorney, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Espinoza, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes.
All right, the court is going to call 2021 CR 0741, State of Texas versus Miguel Espinoza. Can I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Alexandra Williamson.
for the defense?
Alfonso Otero on behalf of Mr. Espinosa. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. And are you Mr. Espinoza?
Yeah, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state or the defense?
No, Your
No, Judge.
We're going to go off the record for a moment. Could someone please confer with Mr. Ted Wood on Miss Segovia? It's on page 1 of the document. It appears to be criminal trial division. Mr. Wood, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thanks, Judge. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Espinoza, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Otero, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Espinoza, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, it appears that you're not proceeding on the indictment as presented. It appears that you're proceeding on count 2, waiving and abandoning counts 1 and 3 through 12. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Judge.
Then Mr. Espinoza, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Everyone, just give me one moment, please.
All right, I needed my cable.
Sorry about that, everyone. We are back on the record. Mr. Espinoza, did you understand the state is proceeding on the count that charges you with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do understand.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, I do.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Off the record, Mr. Finger, if you can go to breakout room number 1, please, and if a court clerk could go to 1 and swear him in. Back on the record, Mr. Espinoza, did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is and he was, Judge.
Mr. Espinoza, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I do.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No, I'm not.
Ms. Reyes, this is Miguel Espinoza. He's pleading on the count, that's count 2, which is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Espinoza,
Yes.
have you been able to understand everything that we have said so far?
Yes, I do understand everything.
Right. And are you, is English your first language?
No, it's my second.
All right. And do you need an interpreter?
No, I don't. I understand everything very well.
Okay. Mr. Otero, did you advise your client of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty and the application of federal immigration law?
I have, Judge.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or the denial of naturalization?
It has, Judge.
Do you believe that your client understands the immigration consequences of entering a plea in this cause number?
He does, Judge.
Mr. Espinoza, did your attorney advise you of the consequences of pleading no contest or guilty in the application of federal immigration law?
Yes, he did.
Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, denial of naturalization, or exclusion from the admission of the United States?
Yeah, he explained me all that.
And did you understand the consequences of entering a plea of no contest or guilty in this cause number and the effect it will have on your immigration status?
Yes, I do understand.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney and did you understand that?
Yes, I do understand.
All right, and Mr. Espinoza, are you able to read in English?
Yes, I do.
And were you able to understand all of the documents that were presented to you?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea bargaining page, the state is proceeding on count 2, waiving all other counts. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. They are taking into consideration 2020 CR 8530. There's restitution, if any, to Sabrina Lopez, Makaya Mesa, that's Makhia, Edith Espinoza, Miguel Espinoza, Esined, Esined, Espinoza, Nick Lopez, Alyssa Espinoza, and Denise Alejandro. And did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, I do understand.
Judge,
Defense?
I'm sorry. Yes, there's only one thing. There's also a couple misdemeanors that are going to be taken in consideration of the plea judge.
Is that correct, State?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. Those cause numbers are 643 610.
Yes.
643 611.
All right. Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Espinoza, with the addition of those cases to be taken in consideration?
Yes, I am.
Defense, is that the agreement?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the agreement?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that are filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Off the record, one moment, please. Mr. Gebbia, we can hear your take up your pleas at 2 p.m.
Okay, I'll be
It'll
back.
be the same Zoom link. If you will contact the court coordinator, please.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Artero, have there been any such agreements? I'm sorry, any such motions?
No, Judge.
All right, and standing in for the state will be Tom Nisbet.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 20 hours of community service restitution. I'm sorry, 120 hours of community service restitution. No harmful or injurious contact with Sabrina Lopez, Nick Lopez, Makaya Mesa, Edith Espinoza, Miguel Espinoza, Esined Espinoza, Alyssa Espinoza, Denise Alejandro, anger management and defensive driving. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
We offer Exhibit 1 and attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Espinoza, I'm showing you a document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call them the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, I do understand, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're back on the record. After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there sufficient evidence of guilt. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, only to follow the plea bargain, Judge.
All right, Mr. Espinoza, what is your problem?
A problem?
Yes, why are you chasing somebody down in a vehicle? I mean, I read the notes that you're saying you wanted your daughter back.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why parents don't understand that every parent has a right to the child. Like, you know, because you're the mom, you're not 100% entitled to the child. Because you're the dad, you're not 100% entitled to the child. But do you realize how many people could have been killed?
Yes, it was a mistake.
No, it wasn't a mistake. You made a choice.
Yes, I did. I'm very sorry about it, and I wouldn't
I
have
mean,
done that.
people are always sorry about things when they're at the Bexar County Jail and they're facing sentencing.
I know, but this is not my case. I understand, and I do want to change my life. Hey, I'm gonna prove it.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know why is there no harmful or injurious contact? Does anyone want to speak to that? I mean, it's outside the agreement.
We're fine with it. We don't.
No, I mean, I'm wondering why shouldn't I put a no contact order with this? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
There is a protective order already in place, Judge.
Oh, okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. $1,500 fine. That'll be probated. 2 years deferred adjudication. Restitution.
Judge, I'm
And-
sorry, did you say 2 or 10?
2 is listed on here.
I don't know. That is not right.
Well, here's the thing. The 2 years is what is listed as a recommendation. Is anyone objecting to the court placing him on 10 years deferred adjudication?
No.
Because it's outside the agreement anyway.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Espinoza,
Yes.
I'm going to place you on 10 years deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with Sabrina Lopez, Micaiah Mesa, Edith, Miguel Esinet, and Alyssa Espinoza, Nick Lopez, Denise Alejandro.
No.
Judge, if I may, there is a family case pending. There is already a protective order protecting Ms. Denise Alejandro. They are sharing custody of the 3 children listed on the indictment. So if we could just do the non-injurious of offensive contact with those children.
Well, here's the thing. If I receive documentation for that, I, of course, let that be in the purview of the civil court. But until the civil court shows me something that you have completed courses and they're moving towards you having contact, it's going to be no contact in this court. Your attorney can always bring me documentation that shows me that something is happening in the civil court, Mr. Otero.
Understood.
Take in consideration 2020 CR 8530, 643-610, 643-611, CPS compliance, if applicable. I'm going to ask for parenting classes with compadre. However, if CPS is involved, then the court will accept any classes that CPS requires. If you complete the classes for CPS, I'll accept them in this court. Anger management. I'll go along with defensive driving, but I can give you a course in that right now. Don't ram other vehicles on the road. Follow the rules of the road. I'm thinking in any driver's handbook, they don't tell you to try to run or ram other cars. But in case you need it in book form, defensive driving. There'll be GPS tracking, waive fees, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment with vulnerable persons. What that means is you cannot be a home health care provider or obtain any employment where you have unsupervised contact with minors. Random UAs, field visits 2 times per month. Random. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, for the defense, Judge.
Rebecca, does Mr. Espinoza need anything else?
I'm sorry, did you give them the community service hours?
I'm sorry. And there'll be 120 hours of community service restitution. If you complete CPS, all of the classes that CPS required, then that will be waived. If CPS is not involved and you don't have CPS, then of course you have to do the 120 hours of community service. Mr. Espinoza, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Espinoza, I know you're intelligent because you speak 2 languages fluently. I only really speak 1.5 fluently. So know better, do better. Don't come back here for this nonsense. And what I want you to think about, your actions, everything you do from here on out while you're on deferred adjudication out of this court, every decision you make, so you won't be making mistakes. I call them decisions because that's what they are. So you won't be making any bad decision. You need to ask yourself, if I make this decision, is this something where I could potentially be sent to prison for 20 years? You understand?
Yes, I do
That
understand.
needs to be constantly in your mind. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. State will go over, probation will go over conditions with you.
Okay.
Judge.
All right, and everybody, court is going to take a break. It's 12:35. Court reporter needs a break. So everyone else, we'll see you back here at 2.
Judge, just briefly, I'm back in front of Judge Reed in about 20 minutes. Shall I try to come back late this afternoon? What do you want me to do?
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know how long it's going to go.
We are here from 9 to 5 p.m., everyone. That's the schedule.
I understand it, and the trial is anticipated to go at least all day today and maybe into tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Just let us know. Just give us an update. You have Norma's email. Is that correct?
I've got everything from her, Judge. And Judge, I just have to ask you briefly, what is the half language?
French. And it comes back to me whenever I go to Paris. I used to go every year, but I haven't been able to go because of COVID. I'm there for 2 days and I pick it all up.
I was gonna say Texan, but I think French is probably a better answer.
No, I speak, I would hope that by now, since I've been here for a while, I speak Texan in Louisiana.
You're pretty good, Judge. You're pretty good.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, may I
Just
be
let Norma
excused?
know.
I will, Judge. Thank you so much for your courtesy.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
That's right there on by the bathroom.
All right, everyone. We'll see everybody at 2.
Excuse me, ma'am. Your
Yes.
Honor, I'm trying to see if I got an attorney yet.
No, you have your attorney here. They'll be here at 2 for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, myself as well.
Yes, your attorney will be here at, see if he can zoom back in at 2, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, everyone, I'm going to stop live stream and we will pick back up at 2. We're going to go on our